Hey, it's James here from GoodGuitarist.com, and today I'm going to show you how to play Stand By Your Man, the Tammy Wynette version. Let's take a quick look at what we're going to be learning. So this song is some basic chord shapes and the most common strumming pattern ever, with a little bit of walking bass line stuff, just to spice it up. And in my opinion, the biggest challenge with this one is that the chord progression isn't just like G, C, G, D over and over again. It's pretty much changing constantly, So printing off like the chords off of whatever website you use would definitely be helpful. I'm also going to share some, some tips and stuff that helps me memorize where the chords are going. Normally, I would start off with the chords, but I actually want to start off with the strumming pattern for this one because it's the most common strumming pattern ever, and it uses a swing feel, and that's pretty cool, and that's going to make the difference. Nailing that is going to make any chords you play sound super countrified. The pattern goes like this. And if you're not familiar, the most common strumming pattern ever goes down, down, up, miss, up, down, up. So we're missing the strings on beat 3. That's the most important part. Otherwise, it's pretty simple. If we divide it into 2 bits, the first half goes down, down, up. A downstroke on 1 and then a down, up on 2 and. Remember to move your arm down with the numbers, up with the ands. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and. And then for the second half, we go miss, up, down, up. And when you're doing your down and up strokes, remember to angle your pick, so that you're grazing the strings. Like when I do a downstroke, it goes like that. When I do an upstroke, it goes like that. That way it's a lot smoother. You use your forearm to provide that little twist. And then when you put both halves together, down, down, up, miss, up, down, up. And I recommend learning how to say the pattern. Down, down, up, miss, up, down, up. And saying it rhythmically, feeling that pattern. Then doing it. And I know, we're only spending like a minute or so on this strumming pattern. So if you do want to spend more time with it, I do have some resources for you. I'll put those in the corner. There's my free ebook and my complete beginner's course. And they're both designed to help you build up your sense of rhythm from the inside out, because feeling the beat and like feeling the strumming pattern is the hard part, and that's the part that everybody kind of glosses over in favor of focusing on the down and up strokes, so we're going to flip it around and work on that. So if you need extra help with that, please check that out. Otherwise, we can take that strumming pattern, we can try it a few times, down, down, up, miss, up, down, up, and then we can add that swing feel to it where the downstrokes are a bit longer, down, up, down, up, down, up. The downstrokes are longer, and we go down, down, up, down, up. It's like a blues feel. We add that feeling to the most common strumming pattern ever, and that's what this song feels like. Now that we have taken a look at the strumming pattern, let's check out the chord shapes. Here they are. You can see we start off on a G chord for 2 measures, and then we have a D chord for 2 measures, and A minor, D, G for 2 measures. And then we go to C a couple times, G a couple times, A7. And I like to play that one like this. From our G chord, I'm focusing on my middle finger. I put it to the 2nd fret of the D string, and then my ring finger goes 2 strings away from it on the B string, also the 2nd fret. And then a D chord. And you could also, instead of D, use D7. They're kind of interchangeable in this one. And going from A7 to D7 is really easy. You just have to move down once and then add that finger. So this is a good opportunity to, learn some 7th chords. And if you need help with chord switching, once again, my free ebook, my complete beginner's course, they're designed to exactly help you with that. But I also have a little exercise that I think is really important. It's just to play 4 downstrokes for each chord shape. Like sometimes it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. You could even sing while you're doing the downstrokes. Giving all your love to just one man. And you can count 4 downstrokes per chord shape. You could even sing. That's a great exercise. You do that with all of those chords, and then we can add the strumming pattern 1 time per chord shape, and it will go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's hard to be a woman. Giving all your love to just one man. A7. And this song is unique in that it has 2 verses and then it just has the chorus and the song's over. It doesn't like come back to a verse or anything like that. The song just builds up the entire time, which is, what makes it so powerful. And the second verse is very similar, but like the last few measures of it are different, so it opens up the same way. And then we get to, and if you love him, oh, be proud of him. 'Cause after all, he's just a... And then here we're gonna do a cool chord walking thing. It's really neat. We go. So we're playing G for 2 beats. So 1, 2, and then we go to C, 3, 4, then G, D, and on the thickest string, O, 2. So before we add any strumming, let's just count this part out with downstrokes only. So on our G chord, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, O, 2, and I play that 2 with my index finger. So you can rewind that and try that as many times as you need. Then we add just the tiniest bit of strumming to the C chord. So on G, we still just go 1, 2. On C, we go down, up, down, and then down, down. So we pretty much almost did this. We just have to add that down, up, down to the C chord, and what we end up with, 3, 4, 1, 2, down, up, down, 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 O, 2. Stand by your man. So let's just recap the second half of the second verse, the part that's different. We're on our C chord. And if you love him, oh, be proud of him. 'Cause after all, he's just a man. Now we're in the chorus and we have a few new chord shapes. We start off on a G. Stand by your... Then we go to B7. And for that, coming from a G shape, it's actually pretty simple. We just move it down 1 fret, and then we move our index and middle down once, and then we put our ring finger up. So this transition, once you get used to it, feels really smooth. I leave my pinky finger, I just have to slide it down, and then I can just kind of squeeze the other fingers in. That's G to B7. So we go Stand by your man. Give him 2 arms to cling to. G something warm, an E chord. A7 when nights are cold. This is all pretty straightforward, just open chord shapes plus our strumming pattern. And then we kind of repeat that. Stand by your man and tell the world you love him. Keep giving all the love you. And then into B7 from a D chord. So that's another thing you have to work on, is that switch from D7 into B7, or D into B7, sorry. Okay. And then E, that's easy, going from B7 into E, pretty straightforward. And then we cap it off with stand by your, and then we play that. We repeat the entire chorus, which we're going to play through this whole thing. I'm just kind of, showing you all the bits that you got to work on first. So all in all, at this point, it's just chords and strumming. There are a couple little bass line things that we can throw in there. When we're holding the C chord near the very start of the chorus, give him 2 arms to cling to. So on the words cling to, you can play the 2nd fret of the A string and then the open A string. So for that measure of C, we just go down, down, and then 2, O. Give him 2 arms to cling to. And we just do that. It adds a little bit of pizzazz, it makes it a little cooler, adding some walking bass line to it. The other spot that I would add a walking bass line to is at the end of the first line of the chorus when we get to the D chord. So I just strum the D chord twice, and then I do O2 on the thickest string like we already did. And that would happen when nights are cold and lonely. And it works its way in there. Either way, these walking bassline things aren't essential. You can just strum through them and it's totally fine. I just thought it'd be kind of cool to learn them. Let's take a moment now to play through the chorus so you can see this all in context. It's gonna make way more sense. I have my metronome, 80 beats per minute. A 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4. Stand by your man. Give him 2 arms to cling to, and something warm to come to when nights are cold and lonely. Stand by your man and tell the world you love him. Giving all the love you can. Stand by your man. And then we just repeat that all. So we repeat the chorus like we just did, but the very ending of it, we play that same kind of lick thing, and we do it like this. So it's the exact same thing, except we end it on a G chord. We go G, E, G. And that's a super country ending. The other thing, the only thing we didn't really talk about was the intro. That's just G, C, G, D. One strumming pattern one time on each, and if you can do any of the other bits of the song, that's obviously not going to be too much to handle. Now, as far as putting the entire song together, I'm going to write out the sections right here, and we learned it in this lesson section by section, so I want you to really take the time and learn each little bit of it. If you want to play through the entire thing with me, I have a full playthrough on my Patreon page. I also have, if you need some help with your rhythm and with all that other stuff, my free ebook and my complete beginners course. There's links to that. Those are designed to help you with going from an absolute beginner to a confident strummer, you know, somebody who can make the chord shapes easily and who has that sense of rhythm and can actually make it sound like the song. You know, it's a heavy focus on that. And it's also the best way to help support the channel. So please check that out. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy learning with me. Otherwise, have a fun time practicing, and I'll see you soon.